It's Chinyere here. You're welcome to the second part of solving mathematical problems involving arithmetic progression. So without wasting your time, let's start learning. So let's take a look at this example. It says, find the seventh term of the sequence minus 5, minus 3.5, and minus 2. And this dot refers to as so on. So when you're given something like this, if you observe in this question, we were not given any formula to use, okay? Like in the previous question. So what we are going to use here, we are going to use the general formula for finding an nth term, okay? Which is Tn a plus, you open up the bracket, n minus 1, then you close the bracket, then d, we have d. So we know that the a refers to the first term, and we are being given the first term in the question, which is minus 5. And then for us to find the number of terms, already they told us what they want us to find. They say find the seventh term, okay? So that they want us to find the seventh term. So we already have the number of terms here, which is 7. And the next thing we should check for is d. For us to find the common difference, we need to use this to subtract this, or we can as well use this to subtract this. Whichever one you choose, that's fine. But since we already have other terms given, we have the first term, we know the number of terms we have to find. What's left is d. So before we can apply this formula, let's first of all go ahead and find d. In order to find the common difference, we are going to say minus 3.5 minus 5. Okay, you have to be careful of the signs here. So we're going to have minus 5. So when we do this, the next thing we are going to do, let's convert this to an improper fraction. We're going to have minus 7 over 2. Then the next thing we are going to do, we're going to do minus times minus gives us plus. So we're going to have plus 5. Now that we've gotten this, we can go ahead and solve. So our LCM here is 2. 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. 1 times minus 7 gives us minus 7. And then when we say 2 divided by 1, it gives us 2. 2 times plus 5 gives us plus 10. So now that we have this, the next thing we do, we sum them up. So when you say minus 7 plus 10, it's going to give you 3 over 2. So that means the common difference we are going to be working with will be 3 over 2. That's what we have as our common difference. Now that we've gotten this, we can go ahead and find the seventh term. So for us to find the value of the seventh term, here's how we go about it. We're going to have Tn is going to be T7 equals to, remember, what is the first term? The first term is minus 5. So we're going to replace that with a. We're going to have minus 5 plus, open up the bracket. Remember, what we are trying to find here is the seventh term. So we're going to put 7 minus 1. And then we already found the common difference to be 3 over 2. So the next thing we're going to have T7 is equals to minus 5 plus, this is going to be 7 minus 1 gives us 6. You close the bracket, you have 3 over 2. So the next thing we're going to do, let's check if we can divide. So 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 3. So the next thing we're going to have T7 is going to be equals to minus 5. Now plus 3 times 3 gives us plus 9. So T7 is going to be equals to 4. So that means the seventh term in this sequence is 4. That's what it simply means. So 4 is going to occupy the seventh position. It's absolutely easy, guys. Let's take a look at more examples for clarity. So let's take a look at this example. It says the second and fifth term of an AP are 12 and minus 6 respectively. Find the following. First, the common difference, and secondly, the first term, thirdly, the AP, and then fourthly, the fourth term. When you're given something like this is how you go about it. First of all, let's interpret the first sentence that was made. the second and fifth terms of an AP are 12 and 6 respectively. What this simply means is this: the second term of the AP is 12. So how do we go about representing that? So let's try to interpret the second term. For the second term, we are going to have Tn is equals to a plus n minus 1 d equals to 12. Remember, the question says the AP for the second term is 12. So that means Tn, which is T2, is equals to 12. That's what it means. So we're going to have T2 equals to a plus, now we are looking at the second term, so we're going to have 2 minus 1, and then d is equals to 12. So we are going to have T2 is equals to a plus. By the time you say 8 minus 1, you're going to have 1. 1 times d gives us d. So we're going to have d, which is equals to 12. So if you take a look at this, there's nothing more we can solve. So we're going to pause here. Let's try interpreting that of the fifth term. Now for the fifth term, we're going to have T5 is equals to a plus n minus 1. Close the bracket, we have d. Now we are being told that the AP for the fifth term is minus 6. So that means T5, which is the fifth term, is equals to minus 6. Okay, by the time we do that, we're going to have a plus, now what's the value of n? It is 5, because we are talking about the fifth term. We close the bracket, we have d equals to minus 6. Okay, so we're going to have the fifth term is equals to a plus, when you say 5 minus 1, you're going to have 4. 4 times d gives you 4d. So we have 4d is equals to minus 6. So let's take a look at these two answers we got. What do we observe? We can solve for the unknown. Since we have two unknowns, we can solve for it using simultaneous equations. So we can call this equation 1 and call this equation 2. So here's what we have. We can easily use the elimination method. And since we have the same coefficient here and here, it's easy for us to just subtract. So we introduce the minus sign so that we can eliminate a. By the time we do that, we're going to say a minus a is 0, so that's off. Then we're going to have plus d minus plus 4d. So we have plus d minus plus 4d. And when we have that, we're going to have d. When you say minus times plus, it gives you minus, then you have 4d, okay? So when you say d minus 4d, it gives us minus 3d. So what we are going to have here, we are going to have minus 3d equals to, the next thing we are going to do, let's look at this. We have 12 minus 6. If you say 12 minus 6, here's what we're going to have. We're going to have 12. Then you're going to say minus times minus gives us plus. Then we have 6. So this gives us 18. So we're going to be left with 18 here. So we're going to have 18. So we divide both sides by the coefficient of d, which is minus 3. Okay? So this cancels out. So 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 1. We are now going to be left with d equals to 18 divided by 3. Okay, remember to carry along the minus sign. So we're going to have 3 go here 1, 3 go here 6. So the value of d is equals to minus 6. So what this means, we have been able to find the common difference, okay? So the common difference we have now is minus 6. Now that we've been able to find the common difference, it becomes easy for us to find the first term, okay? We simply impute this minus 6 here. Where we have d, we replace it with what? Minus 6. So that we'll be left with only one unknown, and then we're able to solve for the first term. So let's go ahead and solve for the first term. We're going to have a plus, remember the value of d is minus 6, okay, equals to 12. So now that we have this is going to be a. Now when you say plus times minus, it gives you minus. So you're going to have minus 6 equals to 12. Then collecting like terms, we're going to have A is equals to 12 plus 6. Then we have A is equals to 18. So we've succeeded in finding the first term and common difference. So how about the AP? The third question says find the AP. When we are told to find the AP, what the mean is just show the sequence of the AP, alright? And since we already know the first term, the first AP is going to be 18. Okay, and we know that we have a common difference of -6. So calculating the second AP won't be difficult. For us to calculate the second AP, we simply add 18 to -6, which is the common difference. Okay, so we're going to have 18 minus 6 is going to give us 12. So that means the second term here is 12. Alright, and then if we are to calculate the third term, we know that we can say 12 plus -6. So we're going to have 12 minus 6 is equals to 6. So we're going to have 6 here. So this, since they didn't tell us the exact AP we should stop at, the exact sequence is a continuous sequence, so we can go on and on, but I choose to stop here. Okay, so this is the sequence of the AP. All they want you to establish here is the fact that the common difference is constant. And if you take a look at this, if you say 12 minus 18, you're going to have -6, and if you say 6 minus 12, you're going to have -6. So we've established this as an AP. So that's fine. We don't need to continue, so we can stop here. So the last question says that we should find the fourth term. Now, how do we go about finding the fourth term? Now, the fourth term is given by A plus 3D. If you're wondering where we got this from, remember the general formula for finding the nth term is gotten from there. If we have something like this, we have Tn equals to A plus n minus 1, closing the bracket, we have D. Here's what we are going to have. We are going to have A plus, remember, it's the fourth term we are talking about, right? So we are going to have 4 minus 1, close the bracket, we have D, which is equals to, that T4 is still equals to A plus 3D. Okay, when we say 4 minus 1, we have 3 times D, we have this. So instead of going through this long route, we can simply say the fourth term is denoted by this. Okay, it's still the same thing. So now that we understand this, let's go ahead and find the fourth term. So for us to find the fourth term, which is T4, we know that our first term is given as 18. So we are going to have 18 here plus 3. And then what's the common difference? We got our common difference as -6. So we're going to have -6. So we're going to have 18. Then we have plus 3 times -6 is going to give us -18. Okay, so that means our fourth term is going to be 18 minus 18 is going to be 0. So this is how we go about finding the fourth term. Okay, so let's take a look at this example. It says two arithmetic progressions share the same first term. The first AP has 7 terms with a last term of 21, given that the second AP has 6 terms and the common difference of the first and second AP are 3 and 5 respectively. Find the last term of the second AP. Now, in order to find this question, though we are told to find the last term of the second AP, we can't go straight to doing that because we are going to have unknowns. Okay, we are going to have 2 unknowns. What we need to do is to first of all start with the first term. The first term has 7 terms, okay? And the 7 terms, we can denote that like this. We can write that like this. 7 Tn equals to A plus, open the bracket, n minus 1, then we have D. So they now told us something. There's something we can work with. They said the first AP has 7 terms with a last term of 21. if they say the last term is 21 and it has 7 terms, that means the 7th term, that's T7, is equals to the last term, which is 21. That's what it means. So we're going to have this as equals to 21. So now that we've gotten this, here's what we do. We are going to have T7 is equals to A plus, remember we're talking about the 7th term. So we are going to have 7 minus 1, we close the bracket, and then let's look at D. We are being given the common difference. They said the common difference of the first and second AP are 3 and 5 respectively. What this means that the common difference for the first AP is 3, and that for the second AP is 5. And we know we are working with the first AP, so we're going to be using 3. So we're going to have 3 equals to 21. So we have T7 equals to A plus 6, okay? Then 3 equals to 21. So we're going to have A plus 6 times 3 is going to give us 18. So we're going to have 18 equals to 21. A is equals to 21 minus 18. So the value of A is what? 3. And remember, A refers to the first term. So now that we've gotten the first term of this, it becomes easy to find the last term of the second AP. Why? They told us that the AP have the same first term. Look at it, the first AP, so the two arithmetic progression have the same first term, okay? So let's go ahead and impute this to find the last term of the second AP. For the second AP, we are given that it has 6 terms, okay? So this is going to be T6 equals to A. Remember, A is 3. So we're going to have 3 plus, open up the bracket, we have 6 minus 1. You close the bracket. Then what's the common difference? We are told that the second AP, its common difference is 5, okay? So we're going to have 5 here. So the next thing we're going to have, we say 3 plus, when you say 6 minus 1, it gives you 5, okay? And we have 5 here. So this is equals to 3 plus 5 times 5 gives us 25. So 3 plus 25 gives us 28. So we've been able to find the last term of the second AP. So the last term of the second AP is 28. So how about when we are given something like this? In this question, it says, if 5, B, C, and 14 forms an AP, find B plus C. Now, one thing you should know, if it forms an AP, what it simply tells us is that the difference between two consecutive terms are equal, alright? So if B minus 5 is equal to C minus 14, here's what we're going to do. We are simply going to represent it this way. We're going to have B minus 5 is equals to C minus B is equals to 14 minus C. So what we are going to do, let's start by equating two of them. We can choose to use this and this, or we can equate this one to this one. So let's just start by equating this first one to the second one. So we're going to have B minus 5 is equals to C minus B. Now collecting like terms, we're going to have B plus B minus 5 is equals to C. So we're going to have 2B minus 5 is equals to C. So this leads us to the first equation. So this is the first equation. So the next thing we need to do, let's see if we can equate this to this, okay? And when we do that, we can put the value of 2B minus 5 where we have C. So we are going to have C minus B equals to 14 minus C, okay? And then when we collect like terms, we're going to have C plus C minus b equals to 14. Okay, and this is going to be 2c minus b equals to 14. Now, what's the value of c according to this first equation? We got the value of c as 2b minus 5. That's c is equal to 2b minus 5. So what we are going to do, since we have a c here, we can't be left with two unknowns. So we are going to put this value here, 2b minus 5, into this very place. It's going to be replacing c. So we are going to have 2, open up the bracket, we have 2b minus 5 minus b equals to 14. Okay, now that we have this, let's open up the bracket. We are going to have 2 times 2b, it gives us 4b. Then we have 2 times minus 5 is going to give us minus 10. Then once we are done with the bracket, we're going to have minus b equals to 14. So collecting like terms here, we're going to have 4b minus b equals to 14. Now let this come to this side, it becomes positive. We're going to have plus 10. So we're going to have 3b is equals to 24. And now that we have 3b is equals to 24, divide both sides by the coefficient of b. This is going to be 3 and this is going to be 3. 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 1. 3 go here 1, 3 go here 8. So the value of b is equals to 8. So we've been able to find what b is. Now that we know the value of b, it becomes easy. We can easily put 8 wherever we have b, and we are able to find the value of c. So let's go ahead and do that. So remember, the first equation says 2b minus 5 equals to c. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have 2, open up the bracket, then we replace the b with 8, minus 5 is equals to c. Then when you say 2 times 8, it gives you 16. So 16 minus 5 is equals to c. 16 minus 5 gives us 11 equals to c. So c is equals to 11. Remember, the question says find b plus c. Okay, so what this simply means, since we've gotten the value of b and c, for us to find c plus b is simply 11 plus 8. Okay, so that gives us 19. So this is our answer. You can see it's absolutely easy. A second way you can do this, alternatively, this is another method you can use to arrive at this answer. Since we know the first term and we know the last term, okay, we can use the nth formula. Okay, that's Tn equals to a plus n minus 1. You close the bracket and you have d equals to 14. Okay, so we're going to have T14 is equals to, our first term here is 5. So we're going to have 5 plus, now what is the number of terms we have here? The number of terms we have here is 4. Okay, so we're going to have 4 minus 1, close the bracket, and then we have d is equals to 14. So now that we have this, we're going to have 5 plus 4 minus 1 gives you 3. So we have 3d is equals to 14. And then we have, collecting like terms, we have 3d is equals to 14 minus 5. And we have 3d is equals to 9. So dividing both sides by 3, when we divide both sides by 3, 3 go here 1, 3 go here 1, 3 go here 1, 3 go here 3. So we are able to find d. Remember, d is our common difference. And if we know the common difference is 3, what that means is that if we want to find the second term, remember, if you want to find the second term, it's the same as saying a plus d. I earlier explained this. And we know that the first term is 5, right? And the common difference is, 3. So we're going to do 5 plus 3, it gives us 8. So you can see we've gotten back we got the same answer. So now that we know this, the second term is 8. How about the third term? The third term is being denoted by a plus 2d. So we're going to have 5 plus 2. Now, what's the common difference is 3, right? So when you say 5 plus 6, it gives us 11. So you can see we've gotten the same values we got in the previous method. So by the time you say 8 plus 11, it still gives us exactly the same thing, 19. So you can see this is super easy, guys. This is a quick one. Do try it out and let me know what you got in the comment sections. I'll be going through it and giving you and replying you. I just want to know how well you've understood this section. The first and the last term of an AP are 2 and 32 respectively. If the common difference is 3, find the number of terms in the AP. So I would love to know what you got in the comment section. So that is it for now on solving mathematical problems involving AP. Do watch out for the part 3 of this very video. So if you got value from this video, give me a thumbs up. Do hit the subscribe button if you've not. Turn on that bell so that you can be notified whenever I upload videos like this. And don't you ever forget, math can be easy. I'd love to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.